Oh, don't chew this up. No, do not strip.
This channel is made possible in part by Morning Fame, smarter analytics to simplify YouTube growth. Use the link on your screen right now to get your first month free. And by TubeBuddy, your best friend on the road to YouTube success. Use the affiliate link on your screen to sign up today.
Greetings, programs. Atari here, you there, and this is a ViewSonic VG710S monitor. Flat screen, LCD, good old computer monitor, DVI input, VGA input, DC power. These are harder and harder to come by, at least for me lately. I've got a plethora of monitors that are AC powered, but for a particular project that I'm working on, I need a DC powered monitor. This one also has built-in speakers. Not that I need them right now, but they will be of use at some point later, for another project probably. So what I wanted to do was tear this thing down so that I could use it for another project that I am currently working on. This is for Project Tyros on element14.com. Watch that video there. Should be a card or something I'll be putting up. So typically when we take apart a monitor, we start at the stand, just to get that out of the way. And my goal here is just to get it down to the actual panel with the lights. So the LCD panel, the LED backlight, and that's all I need. So this is the stand here, very heavy too. But, some good parts in there, probably for something else. Okay, so then we have 2 screws on the bottom. It looks like the rest of this is held together with clips. So we just take one and 2 out. Like that. Okay. Just checking to see if I see any obvious points of entry, but it does look like we're going to have to go from here and just undo some clips all the way around. Ow. There goes one. And because this is a destructive teardown, I am not using my warranty voiders. I'm just going to go ahead and use a flathead screwdriver just to brute force this thing open. Because I don't need the kit gloves, because I'm only after the panel and any parts that might be inside. I don't need to salvage the case for any reason, so I'm not super worried about it. I'm not worried about marring it up or breaking any of these clips. I'm already getting somewhere with it. There we go. There we go. That's the back panel off. Now we have the next layer. So this is the front panel here, still on the front, and we'll just go ahead and slide that off. Oh, it's held on with this is actually held on with a screw, as are the speakers, which are not necessary. We'll end up taking these out and saving them in our box of parts or other things. Nice little speaker drivers. Might be able to make something interesting out of those. drivers still seem to be in pretty good nick. Nice and pliable. Okay. And they're held together. They're held on with these clips that we're just going to go ahead and take off. And let's see. All right, so here we have the control board and the power supply underneath this shield. These are the panel buttons, front panel. Yep, this comes right out here. There. And that's clear. All right, and then there's just a handful of clips holding this on now. There. And something holding it onto the back here, and it's another screw. All right, now we have all the paneling taken off. I'm going to set this aside because this has the this will be the key for these buttons on here. So I may need this for reference. Set that aside for now. All right, there we go. And then we have our panel here, and it's just still mounted onto this shield, heat sink, whatever you want to call this thing, whatever it is, whatever purpose it serves. Screws on the sides. Been taking apart monitors today, so it's been kind of been trying to get an AC monitor to work on a DC project, and it's been less than productive. This is 12 volts. This is 12 volts and like 3.5 amps. So this should work just fine off of a PC power supply, which is the idea. I just want it to run off of one basically server-sized power supply. So that's not actually a rack-sized power supply, but it's close. It's small. It's a small form factor power supply. Okay, so now the panel's coming off, and we have a little bit of wiring that is attached behind the shield. That looks like it is the switching supply for the backlights. Take that board off. I'll allow that to come out. There we go. And whatever's underneath this controller board. I keep doing that. I keep grabbing that flat head. It's been a long day. You come off yet? Oh, again, it's these little guys, these nuts on here. Now, the way to get those off, the easiest way I found to take those off is with a 5mm crescent wrench. I can dig it out of here. So little tiny crescent wrenches, good ones are hard to find. These are actually for ignitions, like a car ignition. So this is a Craftsman set that I've had for a while now, but it's perfect because it has the little 10-degree offset, and it also has like a 90-degree offset. So you can get it into weird little tiny places very easily. The thing I do hate about being on a deadline with a project is when you can't find the parts that you need. Like these, I literally had to travel like across 2 counties to get them, and counties in California are big. So I've literally driven like all over. I haven't driven as far as like San Clemente. I didn't go all the way to South County, Orange County, to find these, but I did. This one I got in Fountain Valley, which is considerable distance from the shop here in Fullerton, and basically it's the like complete opposite side of Anaheim. And Anaheim's a pretty geographically large area. And then I went to another thrift store in Lomita, which is over by the port, like the port of Los Angeles, the other side of Long Beach. Went over there to get some more things. Went over there looking and happened to find some things that I was in search of. So that was a stroke of luck. And that's how it is with the thrift shops, you know. Sometimes you luck out, and sometimes you don't. And that is just the way it goes. I should probably do like videos on my adventures in the thrift shops. I think these are holding it down. So I'm going to need one of my small screwdrivers. Oh, that's not good. It's chewing that up. A little sharper. Oh, don't chew this up. No, do not strip. If it strips. That's too small. That is definitely gonna strip. Oh, that ain't gonna work. What am I doing? Why do they make these things out of just trash? There, that broke. Yeah, that is completely stripped out. Don't try this at home, kids. There. So much for the screw. It's not like I needed this plate anyway. Whew, that's pretty. Don't know my own strength, or do I? So, got a standoff here, which I don't really need. So the cable is routed from the screen through this little hole here and into this small Witcher digit. And of course, there's like a little clip in there, so you gotta push the clip down, pull. You'd think they'd like not want you to take this thing apart or something. That's just hard to get out. There we go. There it is. I may leave this portion in place. Just the stand. I'm not sure. I don't have a heck of a lot of clearance, but I'd like to have this thing as thin as possible, just so it fits right. Okay. Now this nonsense. This is actually welded together. I don't need that. Ooh. The thermal paste on there, nice and crusty. Oh, it's taped on. Oh, we don't need that on the EU. It's like that cloth tape, nasty stuff. Alright, let's take that off. There. And there. And, oh boy. There we go. Just slide that through there, and there you go. All right, so we still have our buttons on here. I'll have to figure that part out. But that's still available. Good. There we go. Now we're pretty much just down to the bare essentials of this thing. So what I can probably do, take this off too. Ugh. Just so much tape, so much unnecessary tape. Is it red tape? No, it's not red tape. So there needs to be a little bit of a standoff for this. Like I need to insulate it. I just need to air gap it a little bit so that it doesn't ground against the chassis of the screen. Cold cathode fluorescent lamp in LCD panel contains a small amount of mercury. Oh, it's a fluorescent lamp. That's the problem. It's a fluorescent lamp. So it requires that. Oh, okay. It's not LED. It's not LED backlit. It's fluorescent backlit. That's why it requires such a high voltage, and why it requires these inverter boards. That makes so much more sense now. Yes, Mr. Bond. Bond, James Bond. James Bond Jr. Junior. Let it go, Junior. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go, Junior. Let it go. So I can take a small piece of foam and just isolate that electrically. That'll be fine. And then this part of the board, really just do the same thing. Just take a small piece of foam, isolate it electrically, and then we got the buttons over here. I have to do something with those, but so there you have it. That is our stripped down, just the LCD panel and the backlight. Very nice, very thin. We'll be able to put this in the case and make something very interesting. Over here, we have our social media, subscribe button, hit that. Over here, you can watch the rest of the playlist and see how the whole thing comes together. And then down here is the little newsletter. Comes out about once a month, lets you know everything that's going on. And that's all I've got today. Until next time, tally ho, y'all.